What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Am I the Asshole Files. I'm Nick, and this is my lovely wife and co-host, Miranda.
Hello.
We're doing 4 back-to-back Am I the Asshole stories with our normal shenanigans, and we're tossing it back and forth as usual. But like I said last week, we won't be doing community voting with these anymore.
Yeah.
Miranda and I will vote on our individual Asshole of the Week award.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to vote. We're just not going to do
Exactly.
I don't know.
We're not going to wait for some submissions and stuff like that, because it's very hard to track across all the platforms. So we're just going to put in our vote for it, what we think is deserving of it. And then anybody that wants to kind of chime in the comments can go ahead and do so.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
I definitely, I say it all the time. I like seeing what you guys have to say.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us.
So without further ado, let's see what fuckery we can get into today. So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Asking My Daughter to Talk to Her Boyfriend About His Behavior in My Kitchen? My daughter has a boyfriend. They're both 18, and he's often over at our house. It was okay at first. I don't mind feeding teens because I'm not a frugal person. I made spaghetti, tacos, chicken, snacks, and other typical home-cooked meals while they were hanging out. But over the last few months, he started acting in a way as if he lives here, and it honestly feels strange. He simply opens the fridge to examine what's inside without asking whether he may have anything. A few times he has asked with a container already in his hands. He's also started making comments to my daughter, but in a way that I can hear them. Like, your mom hasn't made that chicken dish in a while. Or, I thought there would be pasta tonight. And he really eats a lot. He might finish almost all the cheese, drink the juice, take the last frozen waffles, and then look for something else in the pantry. I feel ridiculous, like I'm counting pieces of food, but it just feels a bit annoying. I didn't say anything to him directly because I didn't want to embarrass him and my daughter. I spoke to her privately and asked her to tell him to behave a little more politely in our house. She got upset and said I was greedy and making a big deal out of eating. Now I don't know how to feel about it and feel like my daughter sees me in a bad light. So again, am I the asshole for asking my daughter to talk to her boyfriend about his behavior in my kitchen?
No, definitely not. First of all, you're a guest in someone else's home. So just go into peruse and see what's in the fridge and everything. That would get on my nerves immediately. But then also, like, you come in and you eat all of these things and then have some consideration for the other people that live here. Don't just come in and like eat whatever the fuck you want, whenever you want. Like, this isn't your house at the end of the day. So I think
that's definitely fair. I think there's 2 different like personalities that come to mind when it comes to like OP, like the mom. I do respect how she didn't want to call him out and like making it like embarrassing for the daughter. You know, I could see why she would do that.
Yeah.
Right? I could definitely see another personality, just like, especially like a stronger personality, calling it out right there in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't your fucking house. Right. I think I would be more along the latter.
I know.
But your point, to go along your point though, is like, this isn't your house, but you're getting mighty fucking comfortable right now.
And I would definitely, you probably said, like, you need to say something to him or I will. So who do you think that he would feel more comfortable hearing that come from? But yeah, that's not acceptable behavior in my house. Even with our kids, I'm like, hey, I go grocery shopping on this day. You need to ration out your snacks until then. But even then, like, with all, we all have different things that we like and stuff. But yeah, that would make me really angry. And then especially like, I feel like it's been a topic of conversation lately too, is like specifically boys that just fucking eat everything that they see and like don't give a shit about the other people that have to eat stuff in the house, or like
Where is that a topic?
Like all
other
over
stories?
the internets.
Oh,
yeah. So like,
okay.
I literally just read a story. It was about somebody who was saying that like their son ate like the whole fucking pan of lasagna that they made for the family. He just came in and ate the whole thing. I would slap the shit out of my son if he did that.
That's rough.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Coming in here, eating this food that I made for the family, and you What kind of gluttonous shit are you on right now
So
that you think that
leftovers.
that's okay?
Not leftovers, just made.
Just, yeah, like a whole fucking pan of lasagna.
Jeez.
But just even the fact that, like, if you see, you know that there's all these other people living in the house. Everybody wants to eat.
Yeah.
Stop eating every fucking thing that you see in sight. Go drink a bottle of water. What is the problem with you? Like, that would, oh my God.
And you're not like a little kid.
So fucking
like
mad.
both of these individuals are 18.
But that's what I was going to get to, is that if you don't, like, if somebody doesn't nip this shit in the bud now, you know what's going to happen? He's going to grow up and be the father that eats all the fucking food in the house and probably taking food right out of his kids' mouths.
Jesus.
That shit happens. That they'll, you know, I've read so many stories that we also did a story on it with the leftovers, that she'd make extra food to take to lunch the next day, and her fucking boyfriend would come in and eat it. That's not an uncommon story.
Yeah.
That's not an uncommon situation at all. Like, I recognize it doesn't happen in our house, so that's probably why it seems so foreign to you. But yeah, that is not an uncommon situation. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, I would be
That's
I would be so mad because, like, literally, I mean, we were just talking about this the other day too. One of my biggest pet peeves is a lack of consideration. Yeah. And that right there is at the fucking tippity top.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Especially if you eat all the food that was made for a family dinner. Like, are you just oblivious to everything around you?
Like, there's no, you are not that oblivious. That was a choice. That was a conscious choice that you made over and over and over again. You saw how fucking far you were getting into eating that pan of food or all the food in the fridge or whatever. You know exactly what you are doing. Grow the fuck up.
I think it comes down to, like, give an inch, take a mile kind of thing. So, like, the more you let slide, the more they're gonna take and take and take and take. You need to put your fucking foot down.
Yes. Yes.
You need to stand up for yourself.
Back to
protect
what I said.
your fucking peace.
Exactly. So back to what I said. Tell your daughter, either you say something to him or I'm saying something to him. Both of you can decide amongst yourselves whether you want the message to come from me. But even if you say something to him and that behavior doesn't change, I will. And there will not be very many chances. I'm just saying that right now.
If that doesn't work, then, like, he's just not allowed to be here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, you're not going to eat us out of house and home.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't even pay any bills.
Yeah.
Like, this is drastically different than one of the last stories that kind of caught fire on Instagram. And it was the person that was staying over a lot. It was the two roommates. And then one of the roommates had a girlfriend, and she was working from the living room, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people had, you know, varying opinions and everything. I still stand my ground saying that no money should exchange hands in that scenario, because then you have less power to protect your peace.
That makes sense.
This, though, is drastically different for me because, like, this isn't like, this is your daughter's boyfriend. You're trying to play nice, stuff like that. But he is eating, like, all of your food.
Yeah.
So, like, you have some options here. No. I would be very confrontational about it.
Yeah.
But, like, if none of that works, then, like, either you're not allowed here anymore, or if you still want to be here and we all want to play nice, you're gonna have to fucking contribute.
Yeah, like, I have no problem sharing, but it's to a certain extent. And, like, you've got to know that that's excessive. Come on. Like,
I don't know. I don't think that's true.
I mean,
I think some people are fucking oblivious to other people.
Fine. But once somebody says something, if you're not changing that behavior, we're going to have a very big problem.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's no excuse now. Mm-hmm. You know what the problem is. And again, you're choosing not to fix it.
Especially for a kid that's not mine. Because it would be a lot more friendly. We've had these conversations. It'd be a lot more friendly conversation, right? With your own kid. Because, like, they are growing, especially, like, boys and stuff like that. Like, growing boys, they'll have, like, these growth spurts, and we've seen it firsthand. And they start eating a lot of food. Mm-hmm. But, like, there's that. But then there's also just, like, you are just eating like a fucking bottomless pit. Yeah. Right? So, like, there's some conversations there. But that's with your own kid. And that can be a little more friendly.
I guess.
It can be a lot more friendly. If it's somebody else's kid.
I would be a lot more real with our kids, and I'd be like, hey, cut the shit out.
Yeah. But, like, you could move on from that. It's not going to be like an awkward thing. It doesn't need to be like a huge confrontation. It's just, you know what I mean? Because that kind of, I guess, pre-existing relationship's already there.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying I don't think that you should definitely not go into it super heated, because then that just gives more.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know,
you just
more
need to
area
say something
for everybody to react with that same fire you.
Yeah, but
you
you
know.
just need to say something.
Exactly.
Because you're getting walked on at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
And especially the
that's
comments.
That's why I'm saying I would like you need to put your foot down right now and make it known that like he can hear it from your daughter one time and you can hear it from me one time. The second time I have to bring it up, it's not going to be nice.
Yeah,
I promise
100%.
you.
And then this too, he's also started making comments to my daughter, but in a way that I can hear them. Like, your mom hasn't made that chicken dish in a while, or I thought there would be pasta tonight. Like, he's making requests.
Yeah, and again,
but just talking loudly.
Well, yeah, I would tell her too.
Fuck are you?
Like, I don't appreciate these comments. I feel like he's getting very comfortable, and his comfort is leading into disrespect. I mean, I don't know what that means for your relationship, but I can tell you I don't like it, and I'm not going to tolerate it. And honestly, I don't think that you should either.
Another thing you could do too is that he just doesn't eat here. He doesn't stay for meals. He doesn't eat our food. Like, if he's hungry, he can go home and eat, and then he can come back.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like you can either change your behavior or yes, it's absolutely going to be cut off. I'll give you a fair opportunity. Just, like, let's address the situation, give you an opportunity to fix it. But that's it. Once I tell you, you better start fixing it.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not going to keep reminding you. You're an 18-year-old man. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, I know, but I'm saying technically you are an adult. Technically. Okay. Come on. You are old enough that you can get this message through one time and one time only.
He just doesn't seem to. I mean, your brain is still developing to what, 25?
It is, but you're not that dumb.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So what's your verdict?
What was the question?
Am I the asshole for asking my daughter to talk to her boyfriend about his behavior in my kitchen?
Oh, no. I mean, I know you're not the asshole, but I forgot what the question was.
No matter what your question is, no.
You're not the asshole. I don't even care anymore.
Oh, God. I agree. That was mine as well. Reddit's overall verdict was also not the asshole. I got the top 3 comments. First one is not the asshole. If he's comfortable enough to request specific meals, he's comfortable enough to hear some basic house rules.
There.
Which, I mean, that should already be laid out.
Yep.
Next one is, at this point, he's not visiting your daughter. He's beta testing living in your house rent-free. The menu requests are especially bold. Not the asshole.
I thought about that too, was that like, God forbid they stay together forever. And this could be your son-in-law. You especially need to nip this in the bud and let it be known that this is not acceptable behavior in your house. And hopefully be a good example for your daughter as well to see that this is not something that should be accepted. Just saying.
I get the point. I definitely I can respect the point. But even if this isn't your future son-in-law, you're helping the next person by giving this individual some fucking discipline.
Yeah.
Right? Just some like, I guess, social awareness.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's, it's
but
good
this,
all the way around. But yes, I did have that thought about like, how long this relationship could continue and like all that stuff. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
But it's a good point though. If he does become your son-in-law and you got to deal with this shit, no. But like I said, I wouldn't even let it get that far.
It'd be like, I fully intend to still have a good relationship with my child, and I'm not going to let you come in between that.
Yeah, of course.
But I just need you to understand that these are the boundaries, these are the rules in my home, and you're going to respect that while you're here.
Especially over food. It'd be very stupid to try to nuke your relationship with your daughter over this.
It's not just food though. It's resources that everybody in the house needs for survival.
I agree, but it's not worth like you had just said, like putting your relationship in kind of a bad position with your daughter over this problem. It's a problem and it can be addressed, but you don't need to get like aggressive. Or,
just
overreact.
be like, I'm just letting you know that this is how it's gonna be because like you're in my house at the end of the day.
And I'm the only one paying for all this.
Yes.
So
I'm going to lay down the law. And truly, if you don't like it, then you can leave.
Yeah.
I don't say that often, but it's true.
Exactly. The third one is not the asshole. Funny how you're greedy after months of feeding someone else's kid for free.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
How the fuck did we get here?
Yes, exactly. What do you mean I'm greedy? I just said this kid is eating me out of house and home.
Yeah, exactly.
How could I possibly be? God.
All right, time for our second Am I the Asshole?
Right. So this story is titled, Would I be the asshole if I told my nephew his father is the reason it looks like I got him nothing for his birthday?
Okay.
So this was actually just posted yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So my 38 female nephew turned 16 today. Months ago, I asked my brother, 39 male, if I could get my nephew concert tickets for his birthday. He approved, said yes. His mother only sees him once a month, and sometimes he doesn't even go. She doesn't have custody. So I didn't bother asking her. I got tickets for a band my nephew likes after I got the approval. Since it was his first concert, I wanted it to be special and bought really good seats. Tickets cost $500. I got these tickets back during spring break. The concert was going to be in July. Anyways, about a month ago, my mom tells me my nephew was going on vacation with his mother for 2 weeks during the time of the concert, and my brother approved him going away with her. He will be gone for 2 weeks with his mother, which has never happened before. I think it's a good thing he will be spending time with his mom, but my brother approved me taking him to the concert before his mom even asked about taking him on vacation. The system will not let me resell the tickets. I didn't get the insurance because I didn't think I'd need it, and now I'm out $500 because I can't resell, and I don't want to go to this concert. It's a band my nephew likes, not me. Also, I'm not made of money, so I haven't been able to get my nephew anything else for his birthday. I simply can't afford it now. I always go all out for my nephew. When I see him today and only hand him a little cash, I know he's going to be disappointed. Would I be the asshole if I told him about the concert situation? I don't want to get him upset, but I also want him to know I do care about his birthday, but his dad fucked me over on this. Edit to add. His mom is taking him out of state with her new husband, so I can't give the tickets to them because they won't be in the state to attend. Also, the reason this hit ahead recently is because I was told he might need to go to summer school and wouldn't be able to go with his mom, and I could take him to the concert. We found out 2 days ago he doesn't need to go to summer school. I will take that blessing. I never wanted that for him, and I haven't had a chance to talk to my brother about it since we found that out. So, again, would I be the asshole if I told my nephew his father is the reason it looks like I got him nothing for his birthday?
Damn, this is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, initially, I want to say that you wouldn't be the asshole because it does. You tried. You spent $1,000. It sounds like $500 each. Or 500 total.
I think
whatever.
Total 500.
Okay. So I mean, I think there are other things you can do though, because you can still give your tickets to somebody else. You just can't sell it through the platform.
I don't know. It depends on how it's set up.
If it's just a QR code, you could easily, you know what I mean? But I don't know. We won't go down that road. But I don't know. I want to say my initial reaction is no, but also I think this needs to be a conversation between like you and your brother, because he kind of fucked you over.
Yeah.
And that was gonna be my first question before you actually said it, and I think it was the edit. But who asked first? The brother.
Sounds like
the brother asked first.
Yeah, it sounds like the
brother asked about the concert before.
No, it's the sister.
Oh, the sister.
This is
Okay, yeah, okay. Asked about the concert before the
mom
asked about the vacation. So like that right there. So I would definitely have a conversation with your brother about this and try to see if there's another way to go about it, because you obviously, it seems like everybody has a phenomenal relationship. So that's number one. So you don't want to throw a wrench in that.
Yeah.
So I would definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're definitely close with your nephew.
But you also don't want to be like, well, your dad fucked me over. So, and also how you address it is probably the most important part. If you go to the nephew and you're like, oh yeah, your dad fucked me over. You know what I mean? You have that, then that's just going to cause problems. But you're like, hey, if you have a conversation with your brother about like, how to address this with the nephew, then maybe you guys can kind of come to terms like, oh, there's a misunderstanding. I initially wanted to take you to this concert, but you ended up going on vacation instead. Just go about it that way. I don't think that you would be the asshole for that, because I think it's important for the nephew to know and understand that you actually you were planning on doing this extravagant thing, this huge thing for him, but you weren't given the opportunity because of miscommunication. So I guess the other thing would be, if you look at it like the other side of the coin, is that if you don't say anything, is the nephew ever going to find out about that, or is he just going to be like, oh well, My aunt just doesn't give a fuck about me. Like, well, that's not fair either because I was actually going to do this huge thing.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
It comes down to approach for me.
Because of how, like, if you guys, it sounds like you guys have a good relationship as long as it's not a very, like, transactional one. You know, I know that she said that she usually goes all out for him. So hopefully that's not like the basis of your relationship, you know?
Okay.
Like, I hope that there's more to it than just the things that you get him.
That's fair.
So that hopefully if you do say like, I'm low on cash or something, like, I'll make it up to you when you get back, or I don't know, like some kind of spin on it.
Okay.
Where, I mean, that way you're not necessarily throwing your brother under the bus and telling your nephew that like your dad fucked me over or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then you don't make him feel bad about it. You don't let him know that he's missing out on something, so he feels like he needs to choose between this thing and his mom. And then I don't know, maybe hopefully you can make it up, but ultimately I don't think I would do that, honestly. It's just a lot. I think I would feel a lot better about like telling my brother that I'm not going to throw you under the bus, but I am going to tell him about the concert. And, you know, I'll just say like, I got these tickets and I didn't know that you were about to be going on this trip. I'm so sorry. Maybe if like they can bring you back and we can go, or I don't know, like maybe we can find a compromise or something. But I think you should tell him.
I think 100% you absolutely should, but I think what drastically changes the dynamic here is if you do it as a united front. It seems like it's a very reasonable that you guys can sit down and have a dialogue about this, right? It seems like the relationship is very healthy. So I would say as long as you sat down, had a conversation about it with the brother, became a unanimous front, right? United front. And then went at it like that. I think that is your best case scenario.
I agree.
Whereas if you just go off on your lonesome and be like, your dad fucked me over, that's when you would be the asshole for me. But if you did it the right way and you were a united front, then I think this is fine.
Exactly. So what's your final verdict?
Say the question one more time.
Would I be the asshole if I told my nephew his father is the reason it looks like I got him nothing for his birthday?
Oh.
So that was the title though.
That's
later on. She does say that, would I be the asshole if I told him about the concert situation?
Okay. So
I think with that, that's more now, like after reading this story, I think that's more of a reasonable question versus specifically telling my nephew that his dad fucked me over.
Yeah, see that is aggressive.
If you say it like that,
then yes.
Absolutely. But if it's just, would I be the asshole if I told him about the concert situation? No, I think that you should tell him, honestly.
Did she say that question? Did she rephrase it the second way? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
that was before the edit.
Got it. Okay. So no, I don't think you are. Like I said a couple times, united front and just having like a better dialogue than the original question, the title of the story, you know, because that's just very aggressive. And yes, you absolutely would be. But as long as you address it properly, I think you should. I think you absolutely should. And you need to tell the nephew because you did try to do this huge thing for him. And it was just miscommunication.
Exactly.
And this could easily be fixed.
So there was a lot.
What was yours?
I said not the asshole. Or you wouldn't be the asshole.
Right.
So there was a lot of back and forth actually in the comments. It was pretty interesting to read.
Okay.
So the top comment said, not the asshole, give him the tickets anyway and feign surprise when it's mentioned he'll be on the trip with his mom. Let your brother handle the mess he created. That comment sparked a lot of conversation.
Okay.
People were split between like, yes, absolutely do that, and don't involve the kid in adult drama. Which I was torn about at first as well, because so I said, he is 16, and I think at that age, I absolutely would have wanted to know about the concert tickets so I could try to figure out a way to go. But I also understand not wanting to ruin his birthday with the drama of it all. But I did say that ultimately, I think it would just be best to tell him about the tickets.
Okay.
So the next comment said, Give him the tickets. Tell him you bought them a while back without knowing his plans to go away, and that you hope he can sell them to some friends that like the band as well, and that he can keep whatever money he can get from them. No need to mention mom or dad, just a possible solution to a problem. It's not really your brother's fault. He couldn't tell his son that he can't go away with his mom just because they said uncle, but it's because his aunt got some concert tickets. Your gift is not the priority in this situation. Not the asshole, but you would be if you make this all about you.
I thought one of the problems was, though, is that they couldn't resell the tickets.
Exactly. That was another thing
So
that a lot of people seem to be missing, because a lot of people did say that. But OP did confirm in the comments that the tickets can't be resold. So like, that's just not an option.
Right.
I guess that some artists do that to try and get around scalpers buying their tickets and then reselling them at super high prices.
That makes sense.
So that was one thing that I was thinking, like when we went to go see the Backstreet Boys, me and my cousin, I got the tickets on my phone, and I had them saved in like my Google Wallet. And I think they had our names and everything on them. Like, I don't know if I don't remember them like checking IDs to make sure that they did. But once I got the tickets, they were sent to me, and they said like, keep these safe. Right. So that's why I saved it in my Google Wallet right away. I think they really set up all these things so that you can't transfer it. Like, it's a one time, they'll send it out once and that's it. Yeah. So I don't know if it's like that, but I just know that when I got those, I was fucking I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, I can't let anything happen to my phone.
I guess I'm 50-50 on this, because I do understand the concept of just giving the tickets to the nephew. I understand that, but I also respect not involving the kid in adult drama. Yeah. But like, also it kind of, I guess it's like two birds, one stone kind of thing. Because if you do give him the tickets, then you're letting him know that you actually bought the tickets, and he knows it's from you. And then also, I don't know who said, I don't know if it was you or one of the other commenters, but somebody has said that they can try to figure out a way to get to the concert.
Oh, yeah. I said that's what I would have tried to do, because it's not at his age.
It's not out of the country. It's out of the state.
Exactly. I would have been like, if I can just get from point A to point B, we can go. Like,
exactly.
Find a way.
But like I said, I can't appreciate the fact that you don't want to involve a kid in adult drama. But
yes. So then another thing that people were talking about with that along those lines was that they were like, well, it's not like he's 10, he's 16. He's 2 years away from technical adulthood. So like, it's best to be honest with him and like kind of try and help him figure out how to navigate situations like this. And instead of just trying to like hide it and sweep it under the rug, basically, you know, like let him have some agency in the situation, like maybe be able to take a little bit of control over this situation that he is inadvertently, you know, like he doesn't try, he didn't put himself there, but now maybe he can find a way to make everything work out, or I don't know, just kind of teach him how to work through a process like this. Yeah. And I agree with that. I think it is a good learning opportunity for everybody to try and figure out how we can all work together to do a great thing for his birthday.
So the COA here, the course of action here that we're talking about is giving him the tickets. You can't resell the tickets, but you can give the tickets away, apparently.
I don't think you can even do that. People just kept suggesting
That's why it wasn't a COA for me, because if you can't sell them, how are you giving them away now?
No, that's what I was saying. That's not even an option for me, is that I would give him the tickets and I'd be like, okay, if your mom and her husband can get you back here, I'll handle us going to the concert and and then like I'll even drive you halfway back, or you know, like if we can figure out a way, something like that. That's what I would do. Yeah. Like, let's talk as adults and see what we're comfortable working with, and then tell him like the plan, or even let him be a part of the plan. I don't care.
Yeah, right.
But I think that would be a good example for him to see how you guys can all kind of work together, or just trying to make compromises for all these different things. So
I agree, though. That is definitely that. No matter what, though, you're not the asshole for doing this. Yeah. But I think how you handle it, I mean, you have several options, and that may be the best one, is just let him be a part of the conversation and what he wants to do. He's 16, like you said.
Exactly.
He's not 10. He's not 12.
Mhm.
So involve him in the decision making, and depending on what state it is. Now, one of the things that may change the scenario completely is that if out of state means you're going to New York and the fucking concert's in LA.
Exactly.
That kind of changes the scenario.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if the concert, if the
Yeah.
out of state travels Wisconsin and the thing is in the concerts in like Minnesota or Chicago or whatever, right? That's you can easily do that, right?
Yeah.
So I think how you approach this and where the two locations are equally important in this.
Definitely.
But no matter what, you're not the asshole.
Yeah. All right. So this last comment said, I would insist that your brother tells him what happened. This is way too sensitive and tricky a situation to tell him about yourself. Teens are not known for being great at handling disappointment. And while a trip with his mom is good for him long term and definitely worth missing a concert for, his dad fucked up by not taking into account other plans that were made. And then again, they suggested selling the tickets, but like we said, that's not an option.
Not an option, yeah. Exactly.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really interesting seeing the different comments and stuff. Like, obviously, it went from super petty people that were like, tell him.
No, of course.
And
It's
yeah,
fucking Reddit.
exactly. But then, obviously, then there's some people that had some sense and they're like, yes, he is 16, but he's also 16.
There was
Come
definitely
on.
some
Like,
interesting koas in here, though, that I can appreciate. Like different ways to approach it. And being like, because my thing was like a united front with the siblings. But then one of them was a united front for all of it, like everybody coming together and coming up with a solution. And I like that one even better.
Yeah.
Because then you're including him in it. And I forgot, I guess I didn't realize he was 16. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. Well, it said at the very beginning.
Yeah, right.
He
But the
turned
fact
16.
that he is 16, I think this is including him in the conversation. But again, like I said, that changes for me if it's not even an option. Right. If we're talking New York and LA or something like that. Right. If that's, then there's no point because there's no conversation to be had.
Exactly. At that point, you might just, in that case, then you might just have to take the loss and try and do something else another time or maybe another, I don't know.
Well, I would still
sucks,
let them know, but you
yes.
still need to do what I had said. I still stand by that is that it should be a united front.
Yes.
And you let him know because
he needs to know.
Yeah.
Because I think that if you don't tell him and he finds out about it later, he's going to be a little bit resentful about that.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
like we could have.
Why didn't you just tell me?
Yeah, like we could have tried to figure something out.
Exactly.
We could have gone.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or God forbid he has a shitty time on this vacation and then he finds out that he could have
went
gotten
to the fucking concert.
Yes. He could have gotten a chance to go see his favorite band. Yeah.
You gotta tell him. You gotta include him in this. Yeah. He's old enough to make his own decision. So.
I agree. But yeah, that was the second story.
Okay.
So now it's time for our third.
So this story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Husband to Not Go to the Beach on Father's Day? I, 29 female, have been with my husband for 13 years. We currently have a 2-year-old son, and I'm about 5 months pregnant with our second. 2 weeks before Father's Day, I started asking him what he wanted to do so I could plan accordingly. He said he didn't want to do anything except have me make his favorite food, birria. I agreed and started planning to get all the ingredients on Friday or Saturday so I could have everything ready for Sunday. When I asked him again what he wanted to do, since birria isn't really an activity, he mentioned that his family was doing something at his sister's house. She recently gave birth around noon. He said he didn't want to go, but didn't know what he wanted to do, and he became irritated when I kept asking. I asked him again 2 days before, and it was the same thing. I didn't push it. Saturday came, and I went grocery shopping while he was at work. I bought all the ingredients, flowers, balloons, and a card. I even got cake mix to make a cake with our son. When he got home, I asked him to put our son to sleep so I could prep the birria for the next day, since I planned to start cooking at 7 a.m. I finished prepping around 9 p.m. The following day, Father's Day, I got up to make the birria and cook breakfast. My toddler woke up around the same time and threw a tantrum while I was preparing everything. I was prepared to take care of him if my husband wanted to sleep in. All I asked was that he change his diaper. He stayed in bed while the baby cried, and I decided, no big deal. I'd change him quickly myself. When I walked into the room, he told me he wanted to go to the beach for Father's Day. I instantly got annoyed because I hadn't planned for the beach at all, so I didn't have anything ready. He also didn't seem motivated considering he was dragging his feet just to change a diaper. I told him no because I felt like I would be the one getting everything ready, and it felt like an overwhelming task. Meanwhile, our toddler was still crying. He eventually changed his diaper, and I gave him breakfast, but he didn't want to eat, so my husband took him outside. I went out and told him that if he wanted to go to the beach, he would have to help me get everything ready since he had decided he wanted to go that same morning after I had repeatedly asked him what he wanted to do. He said he didn't want to do anything anymore and not to worry about it, but he seemed irritated for the rest of the day. P.S. I made him breakfast as well, and he didn't eat it. He says he appreciates me because I'm upset, and I told him I feel unappreciated, but I'm quite frustrated. Am I the asshole? More info. I told him he could go fishing or hang out with his friends. He could do whatever he wants. He just said he would rather spend it with us, which is sweet. I also live an hour from the beach in New England, which gets busy on Father's Day with traffic. So again, am I the asshole for telling my husband to not go to the beach on Father's Day?
I want to say no, just because like, no, but, how do I want to say this? So you're not the asshole for being frustrated at the last minute, decision. And like you're saying, you live an hour from the beach. Everybody knows that when you're trying to pack up shit to go anywhere, that takes extra time because of kids. And then even just the process of getting out of the house, it makes it just so much longer. So yeah, you're not the asshole for not wanting to do it because of the extra time that it's going to take. Like, it sounds like you wanted to try and have everything ready ahead of time so that it would all just go smoothly. That's why you kept asking what you guys were going to do. But at the same time, I probably would have just gone. Yeah, I probably would have been like, okay, so I'll make dinner or I'll make breakfast or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then after this, can you help me like do this? And if we do it together, we can get out of the house a little bit faster, like maybe reframe it so that it's more of like, we can do this together and go have fun together instead of like, ugh, now I have to go do all of this by myself because you want to go do this thing. Like, I know that's probably, I get that that's how you feel on the inside. I fucking get it. But like, if you don't always have to say that, Yeah,
I suppose.
You could just kind of suck it up for the one day and like, it's fucking annoying, but let's go have fun.
But also, yeah. But also, like, one thing that stood out to me too is like, there's nothing saying that he can't lift a finger that day.
Yeah.
Like, he could very easily, and that wasn't even part of the conversation. Like, he wasn't saying that he didn't want to do anything about it, right?
Yeah.
Like, when he said he wanted to go to the beach, you just kind of assumed that like you were going to be doing it all by yourself.
Exactly.
It could be like a team effort
That's
to get us out
what
the door
I'm
sooner.
saying.
And like, it's not that big a deal, but you said no. Like, what do you mean no? Like, I'm going to the fucking beach. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's why I think that
Like,
you still could have made it a nice family outing and stuff. And like, yeah, just, I understand that the change in plans and like all that sudden, change and stuff, it's very irritating. I don't like that stuff either, but you find a way to make it like, you pivot.
Yeah.
That's just,
exactly.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
You find a way to make it work so that the whole fucking day doesn't get ruined, because now everybody's tense.
Yeah.
And everybody's angry for different things, and you guys aren't going to fucking talk about it. And like, everybody's just going to be
Yeah.
all day long,
and then
but tiptoeing around the baby too.
And then, yeah. And then you give him other things to do. Like, he already told you what he wanted to do. You said no for whatever reason. And then you're like, I told him he could go fishing or hang out with his friends. He could do whatever he wants. He just said he would rather spend it with us, which is sweet. Which, like, why are you giving him other things to do when he...
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying is,
like, he told you what he wanted to do.
Made the effort to go to the beach because that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, and you've been
Father's
asking
Day,
him what he wanted to do for, it sounds like weeks.
Yeah.
And now, again, last minute, right, kind of changes
yes,
it. But
I understand.
like, you're not like 6 hours from the beach.
Yes.
It's only an hour.
Yes.
And it's like first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, you could make this happen.
Yes, and I understand it might be busy, but sometimes you just gotta just zip it
That's what they want to do.
Go. And even if it is busy, you still don't say, I told you so. You go and you say, oh, well, maybe we can try and find a spot over here. And like, maybe, you walk by people and you get, oh, happy Father's Day. Let's go dip our feet in the water. You fucking fake it, okay?
But also, one thing that we don't do is go out really anywhere for like holidays for that reason, because it's just it's busy,
so busy,
right? So I definitely wouldn't be doing this if this were me. But at the end of the day, if that's what he wants to do, just fucking do that.
Exactly. Like, if no matter what, even right now, if you were like, fuck that, I don't want to record anymore, let's go do something, I'd be like, all right, it's Father's Day, let's go. We're doing whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Oh, God. But I mean, like, but it should be the same on like Mother's Day. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to do, that's what you do. And like, I would say that if it was like 5 o'clock in the evening or something, and he's like, "Oh, let's go to the beach."
Okay,
like,
yes.
well, hold on.
Like, yes,
Wait.
let's be reasonable.
Are we gonna be there at midnight? But 9 o'clock in the morning, and all you got to do is just the three of you.
There's still
3.5.
time.
I mean, all you got to do is just grab like stuff to swim in and just like basic stuff and get out the door.
Yeah, like I said, I know it takes time to pack shit. Like, just divide and conquer. You go get the swimsuits. I'll pack up snacks. We load up the car together. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, you find a way to make it work when it's someone that you care about. At the end of the day, that's the point.
Yeah. I will say, though, on like the other side of the coin, devil's advocate, whatever, is that this kind of stands out to me now that I read it again. P.S. I made him breakfast as well, and he didn't eat it.
That would piss
so
me
the
off.
first time that she said that, he eventually changed his diaper, and I gave him breakfast, but he didn't want it. So my husband
I thought she was talking
took
about
him
the
out,
baby.
took it outside. The whole thing is just how it's worded.
Yeah.
I don't know if, you know. But yeah, so he eventually changed his diaper, and I gave him breakfast, but he didn't want to eat. So my husband took him outside. So that was the son. But then the PS is, P.S. I made him breakfast as well, and he didn't eat it. So the husband didn't eat. So all this conversation that we've been having about like, just do what he wants to do, and just it's his day, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It also goes the other way. Because like if your significant other is going to put in the effort to make you this, I'm assuming a big breakfast,
Probably,
and you just don't touch it, like, why would you do that? You know what I mean?
I feel like you're not even trying to fix the situation.
Exactly.
You're almost escalating it at this point because, like, I'm still trying to do something nice for you.
Yeah.
The fuck, God.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just
so I don't understand that.
You guys have got to give a lot, honestly.
And they've been together for 13 years.
Yes. You should know by now.
Yeah.
It's give and take. You need to be giving each other a lot more.
You guys are acting like you've been together for 2 years.
Literally. I mean, yeah. Just, yeah.
So what's your verdict?
Everyone sucks here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think you're both wrong. Like I said, you guys need to you need to work together a little bit more and talk. And
do you want the question again or not?
No, because I still think everyone sucks here.
Okay.
I think you shouldn't have approached it the way that you did, and he shouldn't have reacted the way that he did. You guys both could be doing better.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. I would agree. I was kind of mixed though. And so was Reddit.
I believe it.
Reddit's overall verdict was extremely mixed. I got 3 of the top comments that I found, and they're all different verdicts. First one is, everyone sucks here. I didn't plan a damn thing for Father's Day. I don't think I ever had. I consider this his day off. I'll handle the kids. He's free to do as much or as little as he wants with the kids. You kind of forced him to try and plan his own day and then got upset when he finally had an idea. He sucks merely for sulking, but this could have been all avoided with better communication and less expectations.
Yes.
Which, I mean, is perfect. Perfectly said. Next one is, you're the asshole. It's one day, and it is okay to decide to do something last minute. Some people don't plan stuff weeks in advance. Which, I mean, I get it, but I still wouldn't call you an asshole for everything that you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think you're outright the asshole. I think you guys just need to do better.
I think the only reason I would agree with like you're the asshole, that verdict, is the question itself. Am I the asshole for telling my husband to not go to the beach on Father's Day?
That's fair.
In that regard, then yes. But like when you actually read through the story, I think I'm leaning more towards everyone sucks here.
Yes.
The last one is not the asshole, but info. Why did you keep pushing for an extra activity when he said all he wants is BDA? Having a family meal is perfectly fine for Father's Day activity, and it looks like planning and preparing things put an unnecessary strain on you, and I suppose him as well, having to come up with something to do, though obviously these tasks don't compare. So I mean, I get that too.
Mhm.
Not the asshole, but because I mean, you did keep pushing, and then he did come back with a response, even though it was later. But
yeah, and see, like that's, I mean, yeah, I guess I kind of do the same thing. Like I'll ask you, but then up to a certain point, I'm like, okay, well,
yeah,
whatever, you know.
that
And
is
like,
the most annoying shit in the world, though. Like being asked the
yeah,
same question 10 times in a row.
exactly.
Like, can you just fucking stop asking me the
No,
same
I
question?
think I've like maybe asked you 3 times.
Like,
And then this morning I went to the store and I was like, what does he like? Watermelon.
But yeah, like, especially like the first person, I think that sums it up perfectly.
Yes.
And like, it's up to you. Like, it's your day. Do whatever you want, you know, do as much or as little with the kids or whatever. Like, you want to go watch a movie, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or if you think of like a last minute thing you want to do, then we'll just go do that. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be overcomplicated.
No.
It just comes down to fucking communication. Yeah. And these two just don't have it.
Yeah. It sounds like you guys are just very like tense right now.
Yeah. All right. Time for our last Am I the Asshole?
Okay. So the final story is titled, Am I the Asshole for Calling the Cops on My Neighbors? The house across from me had been on sale for a while and was bought a few months ago. The family that moved in consisted of a man and woman and 5 young kids who seemed to be all below the age of 8. They were pretty tiny and skinny kids. The man and woman, who we'll call A and B, seemed to be really nice people, and they always waved at us whenever going anywhere and just seemed like a nice family. They weren't loud, and they never had too many guests or anything, and they kept to themselves. I work from home, however, and their house is visible through the big window in my office. And I always have the curtains open, so I often see things that happen over there. I've noticed that the parents seem to always go places with just the 2 of them. The kids never go with. Also, they had one single sedan, which wouldn't even fit the 5 kids. The parents seemed to work normal 9 to 5, and most likely at the same place because they'd both go to work together in the mornings. But throughout the day, nobody ever showed up to like babysit the kids or something, and they definitely didn't take their kids with them. I'd also noticed that they'd go places a lot and leave their kids at home. Heck, I rarely see the kids. I grew concerned over time, especially on one day I was walking my dog and walked past their house. The sidewalk is literally across the street. And I heard some screaming, but the parents' car wasn't present. Concerned, I did knock on the door, but nobody opened. I decided to call the cops because it seemed obvious the parents were leaving their kids home with no one to watch them and that the screaming could have meant something bad happened. The cops took their time, but they did arrive. They told me I could go home, but I wanted to stay and make sure everything was okay and give the parents a quick, stern talking to about abandoning their kids. So what happened after the police arrived was completely wild. Apparently, the kids weren't home alone, and they were being watched by their teenage brother and 20-something-year-old sister who lived at the house. The sister had a work-from-home job, and she looked so much like her mother, I actually mistook the 2 of them when they left the house. And the brother just disliked going outside, or I just missed whenever he left the house to go to school, so I never saw him. And they had another car in the garage that I just noticed. They were pretty pissed off at me for calling the police. Eventually, later in the day, the parents came over to my front door and asked me to mind my own business from now on. My family had been telling me to mind my own business from the beginning and that they didn't think any abuse or abandonment was going on, but I just wanted to be sure. Does that make me an asshole?
Worrying about the safety of children, I'll never take lightly.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start there. But it sounds like you're just nosy as fuck. Sounds like you need to get a fucking hobby and close your with something, right? Because like now you're just like putting these pieces together. But like I said, if I had those kind of ideas in my head, like from everything that I've seen, and I already have this kind of idea, and then I pass by your house and I hear legit screaming, like screaming, I'm gonna act too. I may not like. I may just like go knock on the door. I may not involve the cops.
Yeah.
But like, if nobody answers and like you're still hearing screaming or something, then something's got to be done.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what's happening here, though. I think you're just a nosy fucking neighbor, and you do need to mind your business because like you were completely. I don't know how you read the situation so wrong because like you missed an entirely other car. You missed 2 other basically adults. Like you missed everything.
You're
like
just
you just
wrong and loud.
Yeah, exactly. And that doesn't make any sense because like so it seems like you just formed this opinion off of looking out your window for 5 minutes a day. And then you're like, well, I've never seen anything else, so this must be it. Like,
yeah.
You couldn't be more fucking wrong. So like, I think you are absolutely. What's the question verbatim again?
So the title
matters,
was, "Am I the asshole for calling the cops on my neighbors?"
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't be. You were so wrong that you're an asshole for that too.
Not only are you an asshole for calling, you're an asshole for being wrong.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Oh, God. I'm hoping Reddit destroyed this person.
They did.
We'll see.
They tore your ass up.
God. Did they say how old? Did they say how old they were?
No, they didn't. But yeah, everybody, it was hard.
Ooh.
Hard. You're the asshole.
Yeah, that would be mine as well.
So the first comment was, "You're the asshole. You were prepared to give them a quick, stern talking to, but didn't have the balls to just go knock on their door sometime when they were home and ask if everything was okay. Stay in your lane."
Yeah, I mean.
Uh-huh. And then somebody responded to that one and said, "Or go over and introduce himself to the family, welcome them to the neighborhood, meet the older siblings." The guy didn't do any initial investigating to find out who actually lived in the house.
Do we know race?
No.
I guess I bet OP is a white person and the family's black.
That makes so much
That would be my guess. I think that's what happened.
I thought it was white from the get-go, but
I mean, this is white people behavior. You're wrong and loud. Yeah, you're probably a white person. Just saying.
Just for the record, he said that, not me.
I'm just saying. Like, yeah, that's probably what it was. And because you should go, like, especially if you're worried about something, or even like if it is new neighbors or whatever, go introduce yourself, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like just to call the cops on them for something that you were so wrong about. Yeah, that's
fucked up. So the next one said, "Not the asshole not the asshole for calling the cops after thinking the kids are alone and hearing screaming. You are the asshole for hanging around after the cops told you to go home because you wanted to tell off the parents as well." Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I forgot about that part. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it even worse.
Yep. And then, this last one said, "Yeah, you're the asshole. Not for caring and checking, but for not knowing when to tap out and admit you were wrong. There was a second car and multiple adults. How much were you really watching if you missed the 2 details?"
That's what I mean.
And you mentioned that you lingered around to give them a stern talking to, so now they should be able to chastise you, correct?
Yeah.
And OP actually responded to this one and said, "I admit I wasn't always at the window and watching. I definitely wasn't always sitting there as my job had flexible hours and I didn't work weekends. But I felt sure enough because every time I glanced over, the parents were never there and I never saw anyone else and I had a bad feeling. Like the lights would be on all night and the parents would still be gone." And then somebody replied to them and said, "And yet, in all that time, you couldn't be bothered to actually meet them, introduce yourself, and learn about their family."
Yeah, right. I mean, that's true.
So again, think you're an asshole.
I mean, especially the fact that you just jumped to calling the police.
Yeah. I
Sounds like an old white man.
I definitely would have been like, "You need to mind your own fucking business.
Yeah.
Don't sit here and stare at my house anymore."
That's not even staring.
Now,
it's glancing over from time to time.
And now every time I leave, I'm not waving at you anymore. I'm going to flick you off, you piece of shit.
I mean,
no, I'm not going to do that either. But you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. It's unreal that you would just jump to that level.
Yeah. Just
that
rude.
might be worthy. That might be
I
worthy.
think so.
That might be worthy.
Well, now that was our last Am I the Asshole story.
So now it's time for our individual votes for the Asshole of the Week award. So who you giving yours to? Story 1 is Greedy Boyfriend. Story 2, Almost Concert Attendees. Story 3, Father's Day Buzzkill. Story 4, Nosy Neighbor.
I think the nosy neighbor was definitely the biggest asshole this
I
week.
think so.
Yeah, you gotta mind your own business, dude.
Stay in your fucking lane. And if you don't want to stay in your lane and you actually care, then meet the fucking family.
Yes, put in some effort to get to know these people instead of just calling the cops.
Yeah, call the
on
cops. That's your first.
There's
go-to.
no hope for you now.
Exactly. Oh yeah, you might as well fucking move at this point.
Don't ever talk to your neighbors.
Oh God. So, there you go. If you're interested, let us know what your vote is in the comments. Before we wrap up, we want to let everybody know, we want to hear from you, whether you agree, disagree, have some topic requests, or maybe have your own Am I the Asshole story, which we've been getting a lot of those lately.
Yeah.
We want to hear about it. So feel free to drop a comment, send us a direct message, or email us. All of our links and information is available at our website, which is therantingpodcast.com. Anything you want to add before we wrap up?
I don't think so. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
For sure.
All right, that's it for us. If you like the show, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see everyone next week.
Yay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.